There's a simple 30-minute drive that professional mechanics have been using for decades to prevent thousands of dollars in diesel engine repairs. Yet 90% of diesel owners have never heard of it. This technique can reverse carbon buildup that's silently choking your engine's performance and restore power you didn't even realize you'd lost. Fleet operators who manage hundreds of diesel vehicles swear by this method, reporting 40% fewer DPF replacements and engines lasting well beyond 400,000 miles. The technique is so effective that some mechanics consider it the most important maintenance habit for modern diesel engines, more critical than regular oil changes. In this breakdown, you'll discover exactly how to perform this 2-week maintenance trick and why it works better than expensive additives. The problem with modern diesel use. Your diesel engine was designed for a completely different world than the one it operates in today. These engines were originally developed for constant work at varying loads. Think long-haul trucking, farming, and marine applications where the engine regularly operates across its entire RPM range under different conditions. But here's how you probably actually use your diesel. Short commutes at steady speeds, city driving with frequent stops, grocery runs that barely let the engine reach full operating temperature, and weekend trips that might involve some highway driving, but nothing really challenges the engine. This modern driving pattern creates the perfect storm for carbon buildup throughout your engine systems. During these short, low-load trips, your engine rarely reaches the temperatures necessary to burn off the carbon deposits that naturally form during diesel combustion. Here's what happens inside your engine during typical modern diesel use. Carbon deposits begin accumulating in your intake system, gradually reducing airflow and choking your engine's ability to breathe. Your EGR system becomes clogged with soot and carbon, disrupting the carefully calibrated emissions control process. Most critically, your diesel particulate filter fills with soot faster than it can burn it off through natural regeneration cycles. The result is an engine that gradually loses power, efficiency, and reliability. Even though nothing is technically broken, you might notice that your truck doesn't accelerate like it used to. Fuel economy has dropped a few miles per gallon, or the engine sounds different during acceleration. These are all signs that carbon buildup is stealing your engine's performance. The financial impact adds up quickly. DPF replacement costs between $3,000 and $6,000. The financial impact adds up quickly. DPF replacement costs between $3,000 and $6,000. EGR system cleaning or replacement runs $15,000 to $3,000. Turbocharger problems from carbon buildup can cost $2,000 to $4,000. All of this from a problem that can be prevented with a simple driving technique. The 2-week trick explained. The solution mechanics have been using for decades is surprisingly simple. Once every 2 weeks, take your diesel on a longer drive at steady highway speeds for 30 to 50 minutes. This isn't about aggressive driving or pushing your engine to its limits. It's about giving your diesel the operating conditions it was designed for. The technique works by bringing your entire engine system up to optimal operating temperatures and keeping it there long enough to burn off accumulated carbon deposits. Think of it as a controlled cleaning cycle that happens naturally when your engine operates as designed. During this extended drive, several critical things happen simultaneously. Your engine reaches and maintains proper combustion temperatures, hot enough to burn off carbon deposits that have been accumulating during short trip driving. Your DPF system completes full regeneration cycles, burning off soot that may have been building up for weeks. Your turbocharger operates across its full range, preventing carbon buildup on the turbine and compressor wheels. The key is consistency and proper execution. This isn't something you can do occasionally when you remember. The 2-week interval ensures that carbon buildup never reaches problematic levels, while the specific driving conditions create the exact environment your diesel needs to self-clean. Why it works. Understanding why this technique works requires knowing how modern diesel engines manage emissions and combustion byproducts. Every diesel engine produces carbon particles during normal combustion. In properly operating engines with adequate heat and airflow, these particles burn completely or get filtered and burned off by emission control systems. Your diesel particulate filter is designed to capture soot particles and periodically burn them off through regeneration cycles. These cycles require sustained high exhaust temperatures to convert captured soot into harmless ash. During short trips and city driving, the exhaust never gets hot enough for complete regeneration, causing soot to accumulate over time. Extended highway driving provides exactly what the DPF needs: sustained high temperatures and steady exhaust flow. The combination burns off accumulated soot and prevents the filter from reaching saturation levels that trigger warning lights and reduce performance. Your turbocharger benefits enormously from extended operation across its full range. Carbon buildup on turbo components happens gradually during low-load operation, but high-load driving creates the heat and airflow necessary to burn off these deposits before they cause performance problems. The EGR system, which recirculates exhaust gases to reduce emissions, also depends on proper temperatures for optimal function. Carbon buildup in EGR components disrupts flow patterns and can cause valves to stick. Extended high-temperature operation burns off these deposits and keeps the system functioning as designed. Engine oil also benefits from this process. Extended operation at proper temperatures helps burn off fuel contaminants and moisture that accumulate during short-trip driving, extending oil life and protecting engine components. Heat is the key element that makes everything work. Diesel combustion produces carbon as a natural byproduct, but adequate heat converts these deposits back into harmless gases. Modern city driving rarely provides the heat consistently, which is why the 2-week highway drive becomes essential for engine health. How to do it right. Performing this technique correctly makes the difference between effective engine cleaning and potentially harmful driving. The process requires specific conditions and careful attention to proper procedure. Start by ensuring your diesel is in good mechanical condition. Check your oil level and condition before attempting the procedure. Verify that coolant levels are adequate and confirm that your air filter isn't severely restricted. Never attempt this technique if you have warning lights active or known mechanical problems. Begin with a proper warm-up period. Drive normally for the first 5 to 10 minutes, allowing your engine to reach normal operating temperature. Don't begin high-load operation until your temperature gauge shows the engine is fully warmed up. Cold engines don't benefit from this process and can be damaged by immediate high-load operation. Choose appropriate driving conditions. You'll need a highway or rural road where you can maintain steady speeds safely for 30 to 50 minutes. This technique requires sustained operation, not intermittent acceleration, so stop-and-go traffic won't work. Once your engine is properly warmed up, accelerate smoothly to highway speeds and maintain 65 to 75 miles per hour in your highest gear. You want your engine operating at 2,000 to 2,800 RPM, which puts most modern diesels in their optimal power band without excessive stress. The key is maintaining this steady state for a full duration. You're trying to achieve maximum performance or set speed records. You're simply keeping your engine in its upper operating range long enough for heat and airflow to burn off carbon deposits naturally. During the drive, pay attention to your engine's behavior. You might notice black smoke initially has accumulated carbon burn-offs, which is normal and expected. The smoke should decrease as the cleaning process continues. After completing the high load period, don't immediately shut off your engine. Allow several minutes of normal driving for temperatures to stabilize, especially if your diesel is turbocharged. Sudden shutdown after extended high load operation can damage turbocharger bearing. Signs you need this more often. While the 2-week schedule works for most diesel owners, certain symptoms indicate your engine needs treatment more frequently or immediately. DPF warning lights are the most obvious sign that your particulate filter is approaching saturation. If you see these warnings, perform the highway drive technique as soon as safely possible. Ignoring DPF warnings can lead to filter damage and expensive replacements. Reduced power during acceleration often indicates carbon buildup affecting airflow or turbocharger performance. If hills that used to be easy now require downshifting, or if your diesel feels sluggish during acceleration, carbon deposits may be choking your engine's performance. Increased fuel consumption without obvious causes frequently signals efficiency loss from carbon buildup. If your fuel economy has gradually declined over several months, accumulated deposits may be disrupting combustion efficiency. Black smoke during acceleration indicates incomplete combustion, often caused by restricted airflow from carbon-clogged intake systems. While some smoke is normal during the cleaning process, persistent black smoke during normal driving suggests immediate attention is needed. If you notice multiple systems simultaneously, don't wait for your regular 2-week schedule. Perform the highway drive technique immediately and consider increasing the frequency to weekly until symptoms improve. Common mistakes to avoid. The most dangerous mistake diesel engine owners make is thinking short bursts of high RPM operation provide the same benefits as sustained highway driving. Racing your engine at traffic lights or brief highway acceleration does nothing to clean carbon deposits and can actually cause damage if the engine isn't properly warmed up. Idling your engine for extended periods, thinking it will achieve the same cleaning effect, actually makes carbon buildup worse. Ignoring warning lights until they become persistent problems turns preventable maintenance into expensive repairs. DPF and emission system warnings are early indicators that respond well to immediate highway driving, but ignoring them leads to component damage that requires professional repair. Attempting the technique with mechanical problems can cause serious engine damage. Always address oil leaks, cooling system problems, or unusual noises before performing extended high-load operation. Skipping the warm-up period risks engine damage from thermal shock. Cold engines need gradual temperature increases, and immediate high-load operation can cause bearing damage or cylinder scoring. Shutting off your engine immediately after extended highway driving can damage turbocharger bearings in turbocharged diesels. Always allow several minutes of normal operation for temperatures to stabilize before shutdown. Remember, this isn't about driving aggressively or pushing your engine beyond its limits. It's about understanding that modern driving patterns don't provide what diesel engines need to stay healthy. A simple 30-minute highway drive every 2 weeks gives your engine the heat and operating conditions necessary to burn off carbon deposits naturally. Have you ever noticed any of these problems in your engine? Let us know in the comments section, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel.